Welcome to Evony Throne Time with Veery. It's been quite some time since I've had an audience, just for the fact that I've been working really hard in real life. I have a family, and unfortunately I had to take a break from the game just to kind of get back on track with everything that's going on in my life. But all is well. Nothing bad has happened, and I hope everyone has stayed safe in the COVID era. I know many of you have probably had family members or friends that have become sick or maybe even passed on, and my sympathies go out to you. Let's get started on the topic at hand, and that is selling off generals. How can you capitalize on getting the most reward for selling a general? Today I'll be selling one general who I have had from day one. He really doesn't do me any good now that I have over a year in the game. And I just never use them, so I want to capitalize. And I just kind of stumbled upon this, so I'm sharing this information with you. So when one day you're able or want to sell your generals that you've used for a while, at least you know how to do it and how to build them over time in order to get the most out of them. So let's pop right into the generals and let's see what we can find out. So the one I will be selling is Alexander the Great. I've had him from day one, over a year ago. He has quite a number of battles underneath his belt. He's a level 35, and he has a couple. I think I removed the gear earlier, but I removed his gear. Anytime you want to sell a general, make sure you remove any gear. I really don't know the answer to if you keep the gear on there and you sell him, if you get that gear back or not. But just thoughts, for myself is to just remove everything so you don't risk losing it in case Evony doesn't allow you to take it or give it back to you. So we're going to be selling Alexander the Great today, but I want to show you the difference here. I'm going to take you down to some other generals. We'll go to Babers. Okay, I use Babers for a lot of the joining rallies, but we're going to go into Babers here. He's a level 35. He only has one piece of gear, his ring, but he's maxed out. Other than putting any of the specialties on him, and I unfortunately haven't gotten around to putting skill sets, which I should. That's a long battle within myself because I get lazy or too busy. But let's hit the sell button. Okay, if we get rid of him right now, as it stands, and he doesn't have a ton of battles underneath his belt, but I'm going to get 15 million gold, and I'll get 75 Runestones. Okay, so remember those numbers. It's not very much. Normally, when you acquire a gold general for the first time, and he's a high general, let's say if you were to purchase him, he costs 30 million. You would get 30 million in gold and about 24 Runestones, if I remember correctly. I don't want to sell him. I want to keep him for now. So you saw that. Let's go to another general who has more experience. Let's take Honda here. If I go to sell him, he has a boatload of gear, but I don't think that really matters. But he is a level 35. He does have some specialties on him, and he does have some skills. So if we go to click to sell him, you see that number really jumps, 206 Runestones. Okay, that's not too bad for this guy, and you get 22 million in gold. Don't really want to sell him yet. I think I'll build him a little bit more and then get more return for my selling him than if I would right now. Let's go to Alex. Alex is the one I want to sell now. Now, if you remember me telling you in the beginning, I've had him since day one. He was basically my first general. I used him for everything. I didn't know much about the game, but I don't use him for anything now, not even joining bosses or anything else. Oops, I think I'm going the wrong way. He's just useless to me, so I kind of surprised myself about 30 minutes ago, and I had to tell a friend who is part of my alliance. I had to tell her what I found out, and she was really surprised as well. So here's Alex. I want to sell him. He's a level 35. He has skill sets. He has been cultivated as well, as you can see, but I'm not maxed on his cultivation, specialty. Cultivating him, I did, pretty much max him out. We can hit cultivate, And, well, maybe not. 12, 13. No, I haven't fully. Maybe I'll do that and see what happens. But actually, no, I don't want to do that. Let me show you the difference. So we had the other general, Babers. He was going to get 206, I believe, runestones and 15 million in some gold. Because Alexander has all the experience for almost a year, I stopped using him a while back, he is going to give me 4,676 runestones. That is massive. And boy, there couldn't be a better time for this, because I have another general, Scipio, who I'm trying to max his specialty now, and it's really hard and difficult to get the last section of his specialty, which is this, to genius. I'm on this one right now for Scipio, and boy, that would be a huge increase for him. So instead of spending money and trying to get runestones the old-fashioned Evony way, I'm going to sell Alexander the Great. And when I do that, and let me see here, let's go out of here real quick, and we're going to pop in to see items. I don't think I have any runestones in here. Well, I do. I have 33. Okay, 33 runestones. And we'll go back into generals. We're going to look up Scipio real quick, because he's the one I'm focusing on getting those additional runestones out of that 4,000 plus. I won't get all 4,000, not even close to. I'd probably get 10 or 15% of those, maybe for that last specialty. So here's my Scipio, and here we go. He's at 16, and so this is what I'm trying to tackle. I have 0 right now. I'm really hoping I get a big haul, because this cost a lot to get all the way to the max. And again, you can use some of these gems here to increase the one-time double or whatever it may be that you have here. These are difficult to get. I forget what these are called. Lucky favors. There you go. So let's go. We have 0 of those. Let's go back into Alex and see where some of those runestones fall. Okay. And I'm going to sell him now and dismiss. Look at that, 4,676 runestones. That is just wonderful. I'm ecstatic right now. I can't wait to gobble those up. So you see, I have all of these runestones waiting for me. Right here. All of these. That's a lot. So let's go back. Let's look at Scipio and see how many we have achieved for that specific specialty there. Takes a little while. I'm on my computer doing this. I'm normally using my phone, which is much quicker, but the video quality is not very good. So specialty, we'll click on the Battle of Zama, and whoops. My goodness, I'm wasting your time and mine. We have to redeem these, which is my fault. See, when you take a step away from the game for so long, it tends to make you forgetful of the things that you once were so good at. But bear with me. We'll see what the results are. We'll max all these out. And again, like I said, I am just elated over this. This is wonderful. I might look for another general that I don't use anymore to see what kind of booty I can get from it. I think everyone likes booty. Okay, back to Scipio we go. My microphone is so good you could hear every little thing. My mouse roller, me breathing. I apologize, but I don't know how to adjust those settings to make it, kind of sound it out there. So here we are. Let's go into specialty. And look at that, 518. That is great. That is wonderful. So a little over 10%, probably 11%, maybe 11, 12% of that 4,000 or maybe, yeah, 11, 12%, somewhere in there. I won't do the math on paper, but I'm happy that I've got this. Now, the other thing you need is gems in order to complete this. It takes 1,600. I need to get more gems. I don't think I have any in the bank right now. So we'll save this for another time to show you how to basically use your specialty, how to basically, literally, build these up one by one and what my recommendations would be as you do that. So I'll save this for a rainy day for myself, and we'll get back to the excitement of all these runestones when you sell generals. So again, go into your generals, find one that you've been using forever that really you don't use any longer, click in him, and just go to sell him and see how much you'll get as far as the runestones go. You might be really surprised like I was. Okay, guys. Well, I appreciate you taking a peek at this video. I do miss you all, and I will do a much better job moving forward now that I have a little bit more time to get online and shoot some content for you. Genghis, he has a lot of stuff. If you ever need to, see some things that I don't have, he's basically on every day, I think. But until next time, live life first, play Evony second, and I will see you on the battlefield.